In the store experience.
Yeah, dude, do that. Fire everywhere, dude.
All right, that's another episode of In the Store. Woo! Got Ben, Gianluca, Pablo.
Yeah.
It's pre-order day.
We got some iPhone 11s.
Yep.
We're fucking, people are coming in. They want those fucking phones, man.
But we started talking about this stupid fucking ban that Donald Trump's doing on electronic flavored e-cigarettes.
We're all juuling in a circle.
I know.
We're just saying how it's fucking just stupid. Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. How can you just come out and say flavored e-cigarettes are banned? Because 6 people die.
Unbelievable.
What?
I hit that Juul a little hard.
How many thousands of people died last year from cigarettes? They're not trying to ban cigarettes.
That's so true.
Which leads me to believe that big tobacco has
Is in
something
on
to do
it,
with
yeah. And it's hard for me to think that, dude, because I've always thought of Trump as being like against the establishment. Like that's why everybody hates him, because he's the one in there saying like, all right, we're changing shit a fucking round.
Yeah.
But now he's just like becoming part of the establishment. Like, I hate it. It
He's
just
been
pisses
dude.
me off.
too long, dude.
He's bending
Yeah,
the knee.
He's gotten
Well,
corrupted.
if you think about it, look, for sure, he's a billionaire. Nothing wrong with that. I don't hate Trump. But to be a billionaire, I swear to God, you got to go through some shady shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he...
Well, I bet Trump is like the kind of person where he has strong opinions for sure, and he usually gets his way, but he is like super open-minded. Like, he'll sit down with people and listen to what they have to say. And so I guarantee some like crying fucking mother came in and said, my son died from smoking one of those electronic cigarettes.
God
And Trump
damn
was
it.
like, damn, I guess we need to ban him.
And wait, isn't he also like one of the older presidents we've ever had? Maybe not the
he's
oldest,
one of
but-
them, but he doesn't seem like he's that old.
Well, no, I'm not talking about his cardio, bro. Whatever the fuck you said he
No,
had.
like, he's not even in shape, or like he's kind of fat.
Wait, hold
but-
on. Give me a moment.
Give me
The
a...
thing is, he's an old senile man, and when a man sees vaping, he is disgusted.
That's the only thing, yeah, because you are kind of right about that. He's very against drugs and drinking.
He doesn't
and
even drink,
smoking. Yeah,
supposedly.
he doesn't do it all.
Fuck.
But you guys know why? Why he doesn't drink?
Because he got
used to.
all of his system, bro.
No,
When he was
used to
young, he was
drink.
probably just shooting loads every day.
His older brother died of alcohol poisoning.
Oh,
Oh, for real?
And so ever since then, he just hasn't had a drink.
damn.
And
wonder when he died.
I've heard him talk about weed one time, and it was like before he became president, and he was on like this questionnaire thing where he was just on camera, and there was like questions at the bottom that he would answer. And one of the questions was, how do you feel about legalizing recreational marijuana? And all he says is, you know what, like it's kind of just up to the states. I mean, if Colorado wants it, cool. If
Okay.
Montana doesn't want it, cool, And so that's pretty cool. Like, I know that he doesn't agree with it. Like, he would never come out and be like, I want to legalize marijuana. But he's like, he leaves it up to the states, which is cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that it's being left up to the states.
Yeah.
But also,
States'
Should be
rights.
federally
it should
legal.
be federally legal just so that we can also clear up a bunch of non-violent drug
Yeah,
crimes
yeah.
Uh-huh.
that people have gone
But
to jail for.
isn't it already federally decriminalized?
No.
No.
No,
No, it's still
I thought
Schedule
Obama
1,
did that.
dude. It's honestly... No. I think he moved it from the Schedule 1, so it's not like meth
Yeah,
or anything like that anymore.
so you can still get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But
Yeah.
that's just the
But
first
it's
step.
just that kind of thing. It's just, I like the idea of states' rights because it's just like, obviously, the vast majority of people in Utah are going to want something different than the vast majority of people in California.
Well,
Like, you know what I mean?
Well, you're thinking of it wrong, dude. Should collecting water be up to the states? Rainwater?
I mean, no, but
See, it's fucking ridiculous,
but
right?
it just depends. Like, if the majority votes on it, then yeah.
Well, even
Well,
if
no,
we
because
do-
well, my point is there's a few things that are just like, should
Already,
be legal,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
They should be like, it doesn't
But
matter.
that's what we think. We think they should be legal.
No, well, the
And I
majority
get,
of the
yeah,
United States,
I get, yeah.
the huge majority.
But I'm just saying, like, if it came down to it, like, if Oklahoma voted
Like, it's
and
different if-
75% said, yeah, rainwater should be illegal, then
Dude, it's
It's
different
illegal.
if a state's like, dude, let's decide on whether or not we need another prison or some shit like that.
yeah.
But this is a plant.
Yeah,
Should
I know.
should like half of my state be able to tell me you should be imprisoned in a box?
It's democracy,
if you,
dude.
If you smoke this,
At that point, you just got to move to another state.
no,
Because
man.
that's just what I've accepted. Like, Utah is just like that. Like, no matter how many
yeah,
people
but
we
it is
think,
like that. But if it's federally legal, then it's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
There's a way to just be like,
But even if
get
it's
around
federally
Utah.
legal, you can still get arrested for it in a state that's legal or that's illegal.
no, it's not.
Yeah,
No,
you just
can't. It's
it's
federally legal in Canada. It means you can do it anywhere. It means it's through the entire country. It doesn't mean so a state can't be like, oh, this thing's federally
but there's
legal.
still
so
states'
we'll-
rights though.
Yeah, I know, but they're
'Cause
not
that's
going
what
to make
Utah
something
did for a
legal
long
in the
time.
country illegal in one state.
Utah eventually voted on it and got it passed, gay marriage. But for a long time, it was legalized federally. But Utah
Oh,
was
you're
still
right,
like,
you're right.
"Fuck that! We're not going to legalize it in Utah," and it was still illegal. But
You're
then
right, you're right.
Utah had to vote on it, and then it got legalized in Utah.
I don't think that's how it went. I think it's that they eventually lost because if it's, I think they lost some giant court case because if it's federally
They might
legal,
have,
they couldn't
yeah,
have.
they might have.
Yeah, you can't
But
tell
it's
someone
it's
they
the
can't
kind
do it
of
if
thing
it's
where
federally
there's
legal.
different kinds of cops. There's federal cops, and then there's state cops. Oh,
We must sound
no.
like chips
But
to
no,
everyone.
it's reverse though. Because think about this:
Uh-huh.
in states where weed is legal, like Colorado, federal cops can still go and bust them, even
What?
though it's federally,
Well,
even though it's legal
that's-
in Colorado.
That's because it's
Yeah.
not federally legal.
Because it's not federally
My
legal.
point is, if it was federally
Wait.
legal, it'd be legal in the entire state.
So if I
Okay.
have a dispensary and
In
I'm
the entire country.
100% legal in Colorado, have my own dispensary, I've been selling for 2 years, whatever, the FBI can open a probe and raid my fucking dispensary and take all of it and send me to jail.
no,
in a
no.
federal prison.
Doesn't
Yeah.
work like that, dude.
Telling you,
You're-
dude, it's happened. Look it up.
No, but it's not like that. What these people do is that they'll start a dispensary. You can do all that in Colorado. There's no, you're not breaking any law.
No state law,
Yeah,
but you're breaking federal law.
dude. No, you're wrong. If there's no way some federal
It's happened,
cop
dude.
is gonna
Look
come
it up,
and
dude.
arrest you if you're
There's
in
been
Colorado.
dispensaries raided all over the fucking place.
Yeah, but they
Maybe
get
not
suspended.
recently, but at first. It
The
was
reason
like-
they get raided is because they're taking all their shit and they're taking it to some other state. Like there's a bunch of dispensaries
Yeah,
that get
I
raided
guess
in
that probably is
Colorado
true, yeah.
because they bring all their shit to Utah.
if you're distributing it, yeah. That's probably true, yeah.
And second, anyone grabs any of your shit, takes it out of state. then
Yeah,
they
and that's
can-
what sucks because you can get liable for it if they take it out of the other state, or if they
Here's
take
what I
it into
don't
another
understand,
state.
right? Because if we make it federally legal, right, it just means that the people who do want to do it will get to, and the people who don't want to don't have to.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're saying
Forcing
we're
anyone.
forcing anyone to do anything. It's
Yeah,
just
but
giving
you're
the
forcing
option.
it to be legalized in society. So, like, if it's legal, then you can do it in public.
Well, do you know how many Americans support marijuana?
A lot.
In the poll?
Yeah.
It's more than 70. It's like 70%.
Yeah, and that's for sure. Like in that kind of a case, I'm just saying like there is a small population of people that really don't like it, and so why should they have to endure it? Why should they have to smell weed at the park when they're with their kids
But why
if they
should
hate it? You know what I mean?
tell the the huge group that want to smoke it, you can't, and will arrest you and put you in a box?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but being
I
put in a
understand that for
box
sure,
is a
yeah.
lot worse than.
Yeah.
I don't like the smell of that, man.
Yeah.
I have my kids here.
I get it. I'm just saying it works both ways.
Yeah, but one's just a bit more extreme.
And that's why we don't have a straight up democracy.
Uh huh.
America doesn't have a straight up democracy.
No, I
it's
know, it's a
not.
republic.
Not just majority vote.
It's
It's a
democratic republic.
democratic republic where each place has
Yeah,
their
that's
own
right.
amount of
Yeah,
representatives.
that's true. So that is the beauty of America, right?
Yeah.
Like if
Nobody else has a system
you,
like us.
if you don't like what one state's doing, you could always move to
Yeah.
another state, but you could always change that state from the inside.
Yeah. You can try and change laws. You can go into government. You can try and do what you can. That's the beauty of it. But the reason why we have that representative democracy is because it makes it so. To give you an example, there's like not very many people in Wyoming. It's the least populated
Oh,
state.
yeah,
It's
dude.
like a couple 100,000 people that live there. Probably even less than that. I don't even know.
Some dude from Wyoming came into my tattoo shop. This guy was a fucking hick.
Really?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just talking out his ass. He was like, check out this chick that wants me on Instagram. This guy looks like a pig, bro. And I swear to God, he just pulled up some like fine Mexican bitch from
Yeah.
Wyoming.
But it makes it so.
Change flavor.
there's only a certain amount of people in Wyoming and some other states, Montana, Idaho, they all have really low populations. And even Utah, like compared to other states, we have pretty low population. And so we think differently
Yes.
on a lot of issues
Yeah.
than people do in California and New York and Florida and Washington, D.C. But in those places, there's millions more people.
Yeah.
So if it was just a straight up popular vote, Democrats would always win because there's more Democrats in all
Yeah.
of those huge cities than there is a couple 100,000 conservatives in Wyoming.
Well, here's what I think we need to do. We need to get rid of the two-party system.
Yeah. I agree.
It's fucking bullshit.
I think someone should they should be able to run for president and just say, I am who I am. Like, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I believe some issues on this side, I believe some issues on this side. I'm just my own person, I'm an independent, I'm me. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat.
But you'd never get anywhere like that.
Yeah, it's been like it for so long, it would be so hard to change. But it does need to change. Because, like...
It's just not working out anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't work, and it sucks because I guarantee you the vast majority of people, yeah, like even if someone says they're a Republican, like technically they're registered as a Republican, I guarantee they probably have some views that lean more towards Democrat.
Yeah.
But they have more views that are Republican, so they list themselves as Republican. But it would be cool if we could just have people just get up and say, hey, I believe this, I'm not Democrat or Republican, I'm just running as me. And people have done that, but they just don't get anywhere because people always just think Republican, Democrat.
We should start our own party, Ben.
We should. Just the independence of America.
The Independence of America. That's a good
We don't
party
belong
name.
That is
to
good.
anybody.
You have to start it though, Ben.
Yep.
I want to
Why?
start a church.
You have to
I'll have
start.
all my supporters
No,
go
dude,
to you, man.
I'll be the president,
But I want to be a pope.
vice president, secretary of state.
How about
Come on,
you're
dude.
president, John's freaking vice president, and I'm a pope.
I'm
You're
sorry,
Secretary
Ben,
of
I'm gonna have to
Defense.
run against
No,
you.
man, I want to be a pope. I want to be.
All right, as long as you make sure that we get all the benefits.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'll have my own.
And I'll make sure that your church doesn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, wait, that's how it is right now.
Well,
Just keep mine tax free, bro, and tax the rest of them.
I've never understood that. Why,
Yeah, let's talk
why
about that.
churches
That's an
don't have
interesting topic.
Why? Put it in the comments, you guys. Why do you think churches don't have to? It's so weird.
What is this?
Why do they not have to pay
well,
taxes?
yeah, it's also
bizarre.
strange, right? Because they do have some sort of, not exactly power, but influence
Yeah.
over what their followers think.
And they get a tax subsidy. Oh, we're a religion, so they don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, and I'm not even that kind of person. Like, I fucking believe in the Mormon Church. I believe in God. Like, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think a church like that makes billions of dollars every year off of their church members giving them tithing, and then they don't pay taxes? What the fuck is that? They're a giant corporation, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I get that. I think everybody, if I should have to pay taxes and I'm working at a job making, $50,000 a year trying to get by, and I have to pay thousands of dollars in taxes, but a church that makes $10 billion a year doesn't have to pay anything, fuck that.
There should be some revisions to
Yeah.
that. But then again,
And it would help the economy too. You know how much money would go into the economy if we just taxed the churches? Ah, man, that makes me sound like a liberal. Holy fuck. I was just
Yeah, I know.
advocating for more
But
taxes.
you can totally get it, though,
Oh,
can't you?
shit. Never thought that would come out of
but
my
like
mouth.
now you're kind of understanding.
Yeah,
why.
because
Yeah,
look,
I
there's
get it.
how many millions of churches are there? They do get a lot of money, and
Yeah,
even
there's
if
a lot.
I'm not saying tax the shit out of them, I'm just saying
just tax them a certain percent. Dude, this is what I've always thought.
doesn't have to be.
And I'll tell you what. Do you guys know who Ted Cruz is?
Yeah.
He ran for president
Oh,
against
Zodiac
Trump.
killer.
Yeah. He's kind of bizarre in a lot of ways, but I liked him a lot. Like, I wanted him before I liked Trump. And the reason why is because he just came out and he was like, you know what? Fuck all this nonsense talk about how big corporations have to pay this much, these people have to pay this much, individuals have to pay this much. Let's just do a flat
Out
10%. Every corporation, every business, every individual, 10% across the board. So
I
that
do
way
like
it's just
that.
fair. Like, it's fair for everybody. It's not like you're getting punished for getting rich,
Yeah.
You still have to pay the same 10%,
Same
So
10%.
someone who makes $20 has to pay what? 20 cents? Is that 10%? Or
Sure.
$2?
rough math.
Rough math, quick math.
And someone who makes $200,000 has to pay $20,000. Like, just 10% across the board. It just
I
makes
agree with
sense.
that.
Yeah, it just
I
makes
think-
sense.
Yeah, a universal tax
Yeah,
which stays consistent.
stays consistent.
Be-
Low, dude. It should be low if it's everyone.
10% though.
Yeah.
10% is low as fuck.
That is
Right
true.
now, I think
Or
we're
that
paying
would be
like
way better.
20-something%.
Imagine so that they can take the taxes off us. They're like, we'll also tax churches so that we can lower the taxes for
Yeah,
everyone else.
seriously. And I feel the same way about big corporations like Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck does Amazon pay no taxes? It doesn't make any sense. Why isn't that the number one priority for the government? Like making them pay taxes. Like,
Yeah, and they're running
Man.
in the United States.
yeah, it's like,
How
are you
are you
kidding
running
me?
your company here and not
It's
paying
so
taxes?
dumb. Like, they're inevitable. I get it. They're already here. They're gonna get bigger and bigger. Whatever. Make them fucking pay taxes.
Yeah,
It's stupid.
we would get so much money out of
Yeah.
them.
And you could put it towards stuff like building fucking roads, building more bridges, building more buildings.
Investing more into our education.
Yeah. That's what's pretty sad about America. America's like almost dead last
our
in
education.
education, yeah. And it's kind of don't ever believe the fucking lie though. Like China is one of the top ones. Like they're like 1 or 2, I think, in the education list. But the only reason why is
they have
because
more
they're
people?
no, they're fucking communists. They
Yeah,
force
so
you to
strict,
learn.
you're right.
Yeah. They say, oh, if you don't go to school, you're going to jail.
That's honestly true. Dude, that's so gnarly to think. It's like, you learn now.
Yeah.
And they like
Learn
fucking...
now.
And I guess it honestly, this is going to sound really bad, but it's kind of effective. Like everybody there is
yeah.
really
Same
smart.
with Japan. They have such strict school
But
schedules
you
and things
can't.
like that.
That's the whole idea of America. You can't force someone to do anything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but Ben
They can-
Shapiro did have an interesting point about taxing churches. He was saying
Yeah.
because you can destroy institutions when you can tax the shit out of them. So it's kind of to take away, because if the government had the power to tax these religious institutions, they could destroy them pretty much if they did want to. And they just didn't want to have the government to have that kind of
Yeah, I
power.
get it, but they already have power to take money out of my paycheck.
I know.
I would be perfectly fine. Like if I had to pay no taxes, cool. Churches don't either. But if I have to pay taxes and fucking struggle and give money to the fucking government for Planned Parenthood and the fucking NRA,
And
then
so
yeah.
should the Catholic Church. I agree.
that's what
But
I'm
that was
saying,
just
dude.
a little bit devil's advocate, just what Ben Shapiro said
I
about the
think
subject.
so. If there was a tax that was universal, there definitely would be a restriction on raising it,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
for
a
sure.
restriction on who you raise it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And if there's any sort of pedophilia scandal in your fucking organization,
Oh, yeah.
it should be just like
Immediate, yeah.
just
Immediate.
find something fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because I was doing like some research yesterday about the LDS Church and the Jehovah's Witnesses, and they found 2 giant like
Yeah.
pedophilia scandals.
It's really sad.
Yeah, in
And the
Australia.
Catholic Church.
Oh,
is
Well, the
been doing it
Catholic Church,
forever.
but it's just everyone knows about that.
Yeah.
It's just no one
And
knows
nobody
what's happening with
does
the other
anything
ones.
about it. Like,
No.
how have we not arrested all of these fucking priests that are
Dude,
raping
they
kids?
move them into
Yeah.
other churches in like a different state.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's like, are you
Fuck,
kidding me?
yeah, it's
You
fucked
literally have proof that this priest raped like 15 kids. And
Yeah,
you're just
dude.
gonna move him to another state? Put that motherfucker in jail,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, and now the LDS and the Jehovah's Witnesses are having the same problem because
Yeah.
they know that these people, like someone in their congregation will go and tell people about it, and then they just won't tell anyone. They'll tell them, and then they'll have like a discussion with the guy, and then they'll move him into a different freaking church.
And I feel like they think that if they actually get the guy arrested,
It'll look bad. on
it'll
them.
look bad on the church. But it'll look better on the church because everybody
get
will
him
be like,
arrested.
damn, the Catholic Church is finally arresting these motherfuckers. Cool. You know? Nobody's going to be like, oh, they arrested the priest. Fuck them.
Well, who was
You know?
the
Yeah,
Pope
exactly.
before the latest one? The one right now, some
Oh,
Argentinian.
Francis?
Francis. His brother fucked kids, man. It's
That's
freaking
true.
terrible.
He did get caught with that. And
don't know
he
what's
didn't
up
suffer
with that,
anything.
man.
He didn't suffer a single punishment.
But imagine living back in the day where, like, the Catholic Church basically was
Rule
the
the world,
government.
dude. The priests, I did research on this shit too. The priests were like rock stars,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Apparently, they were just getting
Fucking-
pussy left and right.
Yep.
Because they would be like, "Sure, I'll forgive your sins."
But you gotta
For
suck
a
my,
god, yeah, but you gotta suck my cock.
my holy dick.
Catholic Church is so gnarly.
It honestly went like that, dude.
Well, yeah, what the fuck even is the Catholic Church? It's been around for
literally
thousands
thousands
of
of years,
years.
yeah.
And it's still somehow surviving.
Yeah, it's
Well-
not nearly as big as it used to be, but it's still pretty huge. Like, most Christian people are Catholic.
Oh, absolutely. I think Catholicism is like the biggest branch of
Yeah.
Christianity.
In Mormons, dude, there's only, I can't remember the number, I think it's like 10 million Mormons.
Yeah. But they're also relatively new.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't come around
That's what I'm
until,
saying.
what, maybe 100 years ago?
Yeah, 150 years ago.
Around that?
I think it was like 1860 something when
Shut
Joseph
up.
Smith saw Jesus.
When he had his mystical stone that let him see these
I know.
tablets that nobody else could see.
But it's
I
kind of
know.
cool. Like, I understand that it's all like, it all seems like that, but they do explain it in the Bible. Like, they explain it that like 1,000 years before or whatever, Captain Moroni was in like this giant battle, and he basically was like the last man left, and he didn't want anybody to get the golden plates, so he buried them on this hill.
Uh-huh.
And he just kind of buried them, left them there. And then 1,000 years later, that hill turned into New York,
Yeah.
and where Joseph Smith was, and he just got a vision or whatever, dug them up. Gold plates were still there in the ground.
Yeah, and if anything, look, I like Mormons, and I don't have a problem with Mormonism per se
Don't
too
say it.
much. But what's the name of that dude you just said? Who
Joseph
buried-
Smith? Or Moroni?
No, Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith was shady when he was alive. He was a well-known con man,
Yeah.
and he did one thing where he'd tell people, it's like, let me take you to the treasure, and then it's like I can locate it with these pipes I have. He'd get to the treasure, and then he'd tell people, oh, there's a curse here. If you dig, the treasure's gonna sink deeper into the ground. And he'd call them like that. Then he'd get their money. He's like, tuck you to the
Yeah.
treasure,
There's a lot
motherfucker.
of shit like that.
So there's too much shit that but you know, definitely not. I don't shit on religion because I like a
Yeah.
lot of things that are religious.
Yeah, that's for sure. I just like the idea of it, and it's not practiced. That's the thing. The idea of Mormonism is not represented in the people that are actually Mormons. Like, when you like actually read the textbook of the Mormon religion, it says like you're supposed to welcome everybody. Like, if you're supposed to get your neighbor who's on meth and is having a hard time, you're supposed to get him and invite him to church and have him sit with you and take the sacrament and learn about Jesus. But in reality, they're all fucking hella judgmental. Like, oh, that guy's
Tattoos,
doing
weed.
meth. He has tattoos.
He
He's not
vapes.
coming in my church. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a real insider-outsider mentality.
Yeah.
It's just the way that
Everyone's
human
children
nature
got-
is. It's
Yeah,
not really
just judgmental,
compatible
yeah.
with the way that churches want them to be.
Yeah. So at least I know it's not supposed to be like that. Like, God would never say, "Oh, you did meth. You can't come in my church." You know, like that was his whole thing when he was alive. If you believe in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Put a condition on it, and it's supposed to be unconditional.
Hey, come
Unconditional,
talk
yeah.
and be in the podcast, Amanda.
I am.
She's out, just in some corner, screaming.
I think this is our longest podcast yet.
Yeah,
Dude,
22 minutes, and they
pretty
could
good
honestly,
podcast.
if we were smoking like a blunt, could have gone on for.
By the way, Joe, we don't smoke blunts.
Not
if
at
you're
work.
watching this.
Not at
Hey,
work
Joe.
and not in Utah.
We're working, I swear to God.
I
Trying
know.
to make some side money, no big deal.
Yeah, just
Well,
fuck.
it's just code for like vegetables. You're eating your vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I eat. I'd go to the groceries like, yeah, I'm just buying some blunts, you know.
Eating the
Have some
devil's
like
That
lettuce.
motherfucking asparagus.
I smoke so much weed,
Dude,
and I am not ashamed of it.
How did we start this conversation?
Government taxes.
Tax first was Trump,
Yeah.
and then it went to
Oh,
fucking
Trump was
taxes.
trying to ban vapes.
Oh, that was what it was.
Fuck that guy, man.
Yeah.
For trying to
Trump,
ban
if you're watching this, and I know you are,
motherfucker.
you better fucking lift that ban and don't let your wife smack you into it.
I know this is
You bitch.
ridiculous, bro.
You bitch.
She's just a high-end whore. How are you gonna listen to her?
You gonna listen to Melania, man?
You fucking kidding me?
You know that?
Oh, is she now?
She's not Russian.
She's Ukrainian.
She's like Slovakian.
Maybe, but it's one of those places like right next to
Yeah,
Russia.
it's pretty much Russia.
He's dating. He had a kid with a fucking Russian.
And he's practically kissing Putin's ass.
You know though, you would want her if you were old in your 70s.
Yeah,
and you were
it's
married to
true.
her. She's fucking hot.
True.
For
For
as
being
old
how
as she
old
is?
she is, she's hot.
For sure, the hottest first lady.
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't have fucked Michelle Obama.
No, dude.
Nope.
Like
Not me.
Michelle Obama is honestly not that bad looking, but
Her
she was
kids
just
were
like
good looking.
she's just kind of
Change
gross.
flavors. What?
She's just kind of gross. You remember like those viral pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all muscle.
Well, remember those viral pictures that came out? They were at like a baseball game or something, and she lifted her and she had bush under her armpits.
Oh, really?
Hardcore bush. It was just like, and then there was this one, and I don't know if it was edited or not.
Dude, I wonder, because that's what I was about to say.
Is it the dick one?
Yeah.
Obama, where she's in like that dress, and you can see an outline of a fat ass dick, dude. Like you're like,
Yeah, dude. So that
she's a fucking man. She's got a dick. Like it's just right there. You're just like,
There's a conspiracy
Is this edited
that
or
that
what? 'Cause that's a
Obama's
dick.
banging a dude.
Dude, I bet I can find it.
Yeah.
All right, this has been another episode of In the Store. Like, subscribe, put in comments below on things that offended you, and we'll make sure we talk about them more.
Yeah.
Because fuck you and your pussy ass fucking offensive mind
If you
bullshit.
liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't like the video, leave a like and a comment
Yeah.
telling us why you didn't.
Go fuck
and then,
go fuck
and then go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.